In 1975, I was struck by lightning while talking on the telephone. And this whole spiritual search and this whole business about spiritual reality, I come from South Carolina. Everybody goes to hell where I come from. There is no question that if you were born in sin and you're in the South, those fundamentalists are going to make sure that you're afraid of Jesus and you're going to go to hell.
That's why I'm moving to North Carolina.
That's even worse. That is hell. So in 1975, when I got struck by lightning, what happened in my changing perspective of time was this. What I never believed in, had no idea, no focal point, no paradigm to understand it by. A near-death experience. One day I never believed in any of this stuff. The next day I was dead, and the day after that I became everything I never believed in. And my last 30 years has been an internal search to not if it's true, but how it works. Not whether there's a life after death, but what are the mechanisms and its purpose. Not whether there is eternal life, but the direction and intent of eternal life. Not whether there is a divine architect, or there are angels or beings of great power, presence, and potential, but who are they?
Of the Maya calendar, December 21st, 2012, is a true artifact of the Maya calendar tradition. And recently, there's been increasing interest in what this is all about. As we get closer and closer to 2012, it's understandable that there's going to be even more increasing interest around this. I think that people are very interested in this date because it is a symbol of our transformation. It is a symbol of a new chance to recreate our world. There's a lot of different perspectives on the 2012 date, and my research draws from information from the Maya creation mythology. And there are teachings encoded in the Maya creation myth that tell us about this whole idea of transformation and reconnecting with a higher transcendent wisdom.
The ancient calendars, almost universally, the ancient calendars point to this decade, to this time in history, as being unique not only in human history, as we have known it for the last 200,000 years or so, to Earth history, to geologic history as well. Almost universally, the calendars, Chinese calendars, Tibetan calendars, the Mayan calendars, the Egyptian calendars, that were developed thousands of years ago end in these days. They end in this time, and they all point to now as being a time that's very unique in history. Within our modern culture, the 20th century idiom, our scientists are seeing events, unprecedented events, events that we have no reference points for at all, unfold before our eyes. We're seeing them on our Earth. We're seeing them far out beyond our Earth into interstellar space that surrounds our Earth. In the center of our Milky Way, the great central sun, as the ancients called it, there is a mysterious radiant source of information. Well, in 1991, scientists began to notice a new frequency, a new wavelength, a new band of light radiating, triggering from the center of this Milky Way, bathing the stars and the suns and the planets in a new light that had never been experienced before. What does this light mean? Why did it happen, and why is it happening now?
Everybody in this room knows that time is changing. It is moving faster. A day goes by faster now than ever. You never have enough time. It's not that the 24 hours has changed. Its consciousness is changing. This is occurring, whether you like it or not. It's occurring because of cosmic potential and possibilities, but also the development of technology and integrated technology. You can instantly be anywhere in the world on a computer. You can roam cyberspace. So all of a sudden, the fact that that is possible, time has changed. Because what you can put into the time that you are perceiving is a vast, greater proponent of knowledge. Next, time is changing. We don't even live in the same universe we lived in last year. We don't live in the same universe. The world as we know it has passed away. We live in a new solar system. All of a sudden, guys, everything that you've ever heard or really thought about the universe is changed.
That in these years from 1987 to 2012, everything goes faster and faster and faster. You know, phase one, you know, goes tenfold each year, and then from that's 87 to 96, 90, I get these years mixed up, 97, then to 2006, 100-fold. And then from 2007 to 2012, according to the Pleiadians and the way they describe this, everything speeds up 100,000-fold.
Yeah, oh my God, 100,000-fold.
100,000-fold. Yeah. Pedal to the metal, it goes. So what happens is that everyone wants to cram everything all into once. So when it comes to relationships, on a real spiritual, karmic timeline level, we're meeting all the people faster, quicker, and we have to do all this stuff with them. So people are being bombarded with all these meaningful relationships that are coming through time, and they may not consciously remember where they knew someone from, but there's a familiarity, and there's this sense of, I've got to complete this, I've got to do this, and this is what the Internet's facilitating.
What do you think happens when a UFO crashes in World War II, and the people who financed Nazi Germany, once it collapsed, they're looking for as much technology, as much goodies as they can get their hands on. So what do you think they're going to do when these UFOs crash? They're going to want to rip out everything from those UFOs imaginable and reverse engineer it and make it into something they can use. So what's the first thing that they go for? They take out the chair. Because these UFOs, you're sitting there in the chair and you say you want to go somewhere, you meditate on it, and a vortex opens up in front of the ship and you fly through it, and you pop through a wormhole and you end up somewhere else.